A feint or a trigger is basically, it's like in a boxing ring, it's like a threat, okay? It's where you're threatening to do something to another boxer. That can be used either offensively or defensively, okay? I like using them both. I mean, if you're on the back foot, sort of moving away, and you can use your feints to slow people down, that's a good way to use them. You can also use them on the front foot as well, you know, before you're setting up your attacks, you're moving in, and feint before you throw. So they can be used both ways. Like I said, the easiest way to explain it is that it's a threat. You're threatening to do something to the other boxer. These are good to use if you're both in a position on the ring. You're on a little bit of a standoff. Nothing's really going on. Okay, you can sort of break it up a little bit by putting some feints in, some triggers in, and then you can work off the feints and triggers. Okay. So different sort of types of feints and triggers. There's all different sort of types of feints and triggers, and it's an individual thing. So everyone's going to do it slightly different. If everyone was doing it the same, it wouldn't work, would it? So it's an individual thing, so everyone's going to do them slightly different. But I'll show you a few little feints and triggers that I teach in my gym, okay? So first one, in your stance, okay? You're going to have a nice flow all the time. We're always keeping that flow. I always teach my fighters to always have a little bit of a flow going on. I don't like it when fighters are just stood still, not doing nothing. I like them to have a little bit of a flow all the time. So I'm going to keep that flow all the time, okay? So the first one I'm going to teach you is the feint with the feet, okay? So we're going to feint with both feet. So you'll be in your stance, you're moving around, you've got a little bit of a flow going on, okay? And then we're going to feint with both feet. So it's a little half step into range really quickly, and then a little half step out really quickly, okay? So you're flowing, nice and relaxed, feint with the feet. Boom. Okay, so it's just a little shuffle in with both feet, just feint with the feet. I'll show you from this direction. So you're here, flowing, nice and relaxed. Might be on your toes a little bit for this one. And then a little feint with the feet, and then come back out. Another one I like to teach is a slip feint. So it is what it says. It's a slip, either way. But we're just going to do it nice and fast off the flow. So you'll be flowing, just having a little look. You might be in front of someone, and then just a little slip down. Just to try and get a reaction out of them. Little slip feint. Okay, that's another one I like to teach. Triggers, similar sort of thing. I like to teach a trigger, feet still, trigger just with the lead leg. So you'll be in your stance there. Just level change a little bit, bend them knees, push off that back leg a little bit, the back leg stays still, step that front foot in. Half a step or step, and then come back up after. So you're there, you're having a look, boom, put the trigger in. Boom, put the trigger in. Also with the lead arm, so same again. Similar to a jab, but not quite a jab. You're there, you're having a look. Put that lead arm in. Little trigger, little trigger. So you're just pushing that lead arm out, snapping it out nice and fast. Not all the way, you're just putting it about halfway out. Pouring with a shot, okay, and then you can do both together. Lead leg, lead arm, trigger. So you're here, you're having a look, boom, put them both in. Double trigger, lead leg, lead arm. So just push them both out, come back in. Okay, another one I like to teach is just to sit down. So you're in front of someone, you're just there, just sit down a little bit. Just drop the level, just drop the height and have a little look. Okay, last one, feinting with the shoulders. So make it look like you're actually going to throw the shot, but don't put the shot through. So feint with the rear shoulder, feint with the lead shoulder. Okay, yeah, so like I said, the feints and the triggers, you're doing one or two things. You're trying to get a reaction out of someone, you're trying to either make them shell up, or you're trying to get them to throw something, okay? So you're thinking when you're doing the feints or the triggers, you're in front of them, you feint, boom, try and get them to throw. and then when they throw, make them miss, and then work off the throws. Feints are good to be used on the front foot and the back foot. I particularly like them on the back foot as well. Very good defensively. I mean, if I'm moving off backwards and I've got an opponent walking me down, I'm just moving away using my feet, and I'm not really throwing any punches, and I'm not using any feints, they're going to close the distance very fast, okay? And get on you and let their punches go. If you're not holding your feet long enough to throw, okay, you can use your feints. You can be moving, boom, put the feint in. Put the feint in on the back foot, and then use it to switch the feet up, okay? So mix it up. Same as when you're on the front foot, okay? You can be moving in, having a little look, feinting and triggering before you throw. Get the reaction, then throw. As you go up through the levels in boxing, okay, it's very hard to walk up to someone and just land a clean shot. So you need to set the shots up. So feints and triggers are a very good idea to be using before you punch, and then use them after you punch, okay? So you're there, boom, you feint, you throw your punches, have a little boom, a little feint on the end, which will stop them throwing, okay? So feints and triggers, give them a practice.